understand you have the slides. You want to start putting the slides up, or?
I sure will.
Okay, great. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. We're obviously here for a very special purpose, and that is to recognize a couple individuals here at CHI St. Alexius. I'm Kevin Iverson. I'm a volunteer with Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. I am a retired guardsman. I retired, believe it or not, 18 years ago. No, 16 years ago. Long time. Can't remember how. But this is really a pleasure, and this is probably the most significant thing that we do is take the opportunity to recognize employers. Employer Supported Guard and Reserve is a volunteer-based organization of the Department of Defense. We're all volunteers, and what we do is kind of three parts. We try to educate employers in terms of military service and their responsibilities under USERA. We educate service members of their obligations and responsibilities. And the last, we try and work out issues that develop before they become problems, both for employees and service members. And so that's really what we do as an organization. But this is really the funnest part of what we do. Up on the screen, you see several members of our committee who have joined us today. Obviously, rather than coming in here, some of them are from fairly distant, so it's a good thing, especially with the roads, that we can do it this way, including Delton Still, right in the middle there, our chairman. Greetings, Chairman Delton Still. How you doing?
Doing good, Colonel Iverson.
Okay, great. And General Spencer Natick, thank you so much for joining us. General Spencer Natick is the former Adjutant General of the state of North Dakota.
Certainly my pleasure.
And we got some family members also that have joined us today. Great. So great for having me. So Janet, do you want to put the slides up? Or can you? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're here today for a very special occasion, and that is to present a couple of them certificates to supervisors in CHI St. Alexius. And I want to read the first one. Both these come from Cole Renner, the Army National Guard, and just want to read this nomination. As I'm going through radiological tech training, and this is for Leon Osachuk. Yep. I didn't want to.
Happens all the time.
Leon does an exceptional job accommodating all my National Guard drills and annual training. She makes it easy for me to do my duties and come back without being overwhelmed at work. She also accommodates my year-long deployment at the beginning of my senior year, as she will allow me to start off where I left when I come back from without making me start the 2-year-long program over again. She is a supporter of the military and a great coordinator and instructor. So, Leanne, if I could, on behalf of the Office of the Secretary of Defense and the members of the Employer Supported Guard and Reserve, I'd like to present you with a certificate. One of the things and this pen recognizes you as a patriotic employer. One of the things I really want to tell you is this. I've been a member of this committee for about 20 years. You do not get nominations from service members unless they think individual deserve it. Every time I presented these, the reaction I most typically get from employers is, I'm just doing my job. And you are. But you're doing your job in a culture that honors military service. It affects not only the institution where you're working, but the employee, but affects all of us. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And you have another. And Melissa, we have another certificate here for you, and this also comes from Cole. Melissa hired me as a student X-ray technician, knowing that I had drill every month and annual training in the summer. She was very accommodating and supportive of my time. I needed to do this. She's also supportive of the year-long deployment that I'm going on, and it's holding my position for me when I come back. She's a big supporter of the military and a great supervisor. And again, as I said before, service members do not make these. nominations and less strict. In fact, it tends to be just the opposite. They know the supervisor earns it, they just don't get around to doing it. So the fact that service members get it, it says a great deal about you as a supervisor. So on behalf of the Office of the Secretary of Defense and the men and women of the Employer Support and Guard and Reserve Committee, let me present you with this certificate as a patriotic employer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I understand the senior administrator is not here to sign the statement of support today. We'll be here later on today, so we're going to leave that certificate. But I do want to recognize, and if you go to the next slide, Janet, we recognize CHI Senior Alexius has a long tradition of supporting military service. If you think back to these pictures, and I don't know if you recognize some of those individuals there, but in 2013, CHI St. Alexius was selected for our Patriot Award. We can only do one employer per year recognized with this award. We're very limited in terms of, we recognized that year CHI St. Alexius. So that says really something about you as an organization. So I hope we take pride in that organization. Last, and this is just on a personal note, upstairs on third floor, my mother is right now, very, very ill, but she's been in here since Saturday. And I recognize the quality of care she's given. And I want to thank you personally for that. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bank. Yeah.
With that, I think we can conclude. Thank you all for joining us. Comments?
Yeah, I think Delton is on, and Colonel Kuntz will want to give a few comments as well. So Colonel Kuntz, do you want to give a few comments?
Sure. Hi, Leanne, Melissa, the rest of your St. Alexius team. Thank you for the support you provided to Cole, allowing him to serve as a citizen soldier while also being an employee of your valuable team at St. Alexius. I'm truly grateful and appreciate the sacrifices that you guys have made being without Cole during his deployment, but we certainly would not be able to accomplish our mission without your support and without great soldiers like Cole Renner. So I appreciate your support and congratulations on your recognition. Thank you.
General Sprincenatic, do you want to say a few words?
I just congratulate CHI and its employees and team for the support they provide for the Guard, and for our two people recognized today. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for helping our soldiers be successful in their mission and making a difference in the lives of others. So thank you very much. I'm glad I could join you today.
Thank you, sir. We have Paul Bonicelli on from ESGR.
Am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted. We can hear you.
Okay. As a past employer myself, I just know that scheduling is always a challenge, and to hear the stories and to hear what St. A's has done through the years, I too think about a big thank you to St. A's for doing what they did for my family. I guess it's a way that St. A's touches really all of our lives. Very in recognition of what St. A's has done with this Patriot Award and the sacrifices they do for our military. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. Rich Braun.
Greetings. I'm Rich Braun, and I'm the chair of Southwest District for ESGR over here in Dickinson. And we have a CHI St. Alexius Hospital here also. And several years ago, they received a statement of support and also a Patriot Award from ESGR. They have several of their employees who are mid-techs who are in the Guard right now. And I know it's important for them to have the support of their employer to be able to do their job with the Guard. I think this is endemic of the St. Alexis CHI as a whole corporate unit, that they support the military in every one of their institutions across the state, and I'm probably in Minnesota and elsewhere. So congratulations on your support, and without the continued support of employers like you, the Guard and our military and our country certainly could not be better served in that respect. Thank you.
Marlis, do you want to say a few words? You're muted, Marlis. We can't hear you. Okay, no, she's good. Okay, Delton, it's back to you.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
And all right. Well, this is a great day, and I see we have some other guests on the line as well today. And Norman Audrey. So what's the connection there, Norman Audrey? If you can unmute yourself, who you connected with here today that we're celebrating?
We are connected with our daughter, Leanne Ozichuk.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well,
I myself worked for St. Alexis for 20 years and was proud to work for St. Alexis. It is a great facility. Thank you.
This comes as kind of a surprise, but we are overwhelmed with the support that the organization gives to the military, and very proud of what they do. Thank you.
Well, thank you both for being on today. In the 4 years that I've been state chair, I think, let's see, we've had a couple of other family members on, but it's been very rare that we've had the moms and dads on a presentation. So this is exciting. So thank you both for being on here today. And, I want to, before I wrap this up, Kevin, I want to hear from Leanne and Melissa to get a couple comments from them and what receiving this award means to them. And so if you can turn your speaker back on or get somewhere close, Leanne and Melissa, where we can hear you. I know you're humble people, but anyway, if you could say a few words, I'd appreciate it.
I got a big voice, so I think we'll be okay.
Yep.
Hi, Melissa. Hi. I am overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive this ESGR award. Thank you all for being here to share this occasion with us. This accomplishment is not something that I did alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. We are very supportive of the National Guard and military and its mission. We want to make it easy for our soldiers to return after serving for our country. I would personally like to thank the healthcare workers and men and women that are serving our country. This is a team effort, and we can't do it alone. I will continue to live the mission of our organization, and I hope that this recognition of my work can serve as an inspiration to others. I am humbled and appreciative. Thank you.
Awesome. Melissa, go ahead.
So, I'm Leanne.
Oh, Leanne, I'm sorry, that was Melissa first. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
From my screen here, you're the size of ants on my screen, so I can't tell who's doing what.
I'm a little short, but not that short. So I would like to first start by thanking Cole Renner for nominating me for this award. I feel deeply honored and privileged to receive the Patriot Award today. Cole started his internship at CHI St. Alexis in the fall of 2020. I had the opportunity to spend time with Cole in both the clinical and the classroom aspect of his internship. He is a smart, hardworking, kind-hearted, and ambitious young man. Cole likes to stay busy and is always eager to help, whether to be helping his classmates or assisting with a patient in the hospital setting. With that level of dedication and work ethic, Cole has a bright future ahead of him. We are honored that Cole chose to complete his internship in radiologic technology here at CHI St. Alexis. When Cole returns from his active duty, he will resume his position in the senior class at the School of Radiology. Upon completion of his clinical and didactic courses, he will graduate from the University of Mary in the spring and prepare to write his national board exam with the rest of his classmates. So again, thank you for this recognition. Cole, we miss you, and we will look forward to your return in the fall. Thank you.
Awesome.
Elton, this is
Oh,
Marla. Can I
yeah.
jump? Okay,
Yep, go ahead, Marlis, you bet.
my audio was not working. Of course, under panic mode, I couldn't figure out how to get back on. So I do want to say some. First off, this is by far the coolest event I've ever sat in on in a very long time. It's just awesome how the gratefulness and the thankfulness is in the room. So to St. Alexis, I want to say thank you for taking care of Cole, and thank you for working with us and just being a very good employer. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Marlis. And Marlis, explain too, I mean, besides being a great ESGR volunteer, tell them what your day job is as well, just so those that may not know.
Thank you, Delton. Yes, I'm Marlis Morgenstern. I work for the Department of Labor of Vets, Veterans Employment and Training Service, and I'm the state director for that agency. So I work out of Bismarck, and we work with you, Sarah, reference.
All right, thanks, Marlis. Just there might be some people that know you there, and but anyway, I wanted people to know that we have a lot of people that have day jobs in this organization. They're not all get to be retired like me and look forward to all these presentations. But you know what? It's an honor for me to be a part of this today. I wish I was there in person with you, but I'm about 280 miles east of where you're located right now. So, but hopefully if I get to Bismarck on one of my next trips, hopefully I can maybe work it out and conditions will be such that I can stop in and pass along my personal gratitude. But what a special day. In the 4 years I've had the honor of serving as state chair for the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve in North Dakota, I never ever get tired of doing awards. These are so special all the time. It is 95% of what we do, like Kevin Iverson had mentioned earlier in the presentation, along with educating employers and service members. And if we have an instance where there's a need for mediation between the service member and an employer, but I will tell you in the state of North Dakota, those are very, very rare. And so what we do is to get to have a lot of fun providing these types of presentations. And as Kevin said, we are a volunteer organization, but we are part of the Department of Defense. And we are a program under the Department of Defense. And I think all of us are very proud to wear the shirt, the emblem. You see the hats that Rich and Paul have on today. And we're proud to do the work. Because what you're really doing, and a lot of times employers may not think of this, they just think it's their patriotic duty to do what they do, but it really makes a difference. 37% of our military force is made up of National Guard and Reserve members right now. That's the most recent statistic that we have. So what you do are playing a huge part in supporting the national defense of our nation when you're supporting our Guard and Reserve members. So I know that all of you at CHI St. Alexis know that. It's demonstrated in your culture from going back to 2013 when you won the Pro Patriot Award and continuing today with the recognition of Leanne and Melissa. That just speaks volumes to the culture at your organization. And I just can't thank you enough for doing this. I need to say a couple other thanks as well. To Leanne and Melissa, thank you so much for all you're doing. Everybody's touched on it today, but I've got to say it as the state chair, but thanks for the direct support that you're giving Cole and in his position there and the flexibility and now that he's on deployment. And Cole, I hope you get to see this someday on YouTube, but Cole, thank you for your nomination. We can't make up these awards. The bulk of the awards that ESGR presents start with the service member. And we can't just make these up. These are very heartfelt. They make a difference in the lives of the service members, and we just can't do it. We can't do our mission without the service members. So Cole, thank you wherever you are, and keep up the great work. And we look forward to when you get home from deployment. And I know your employer does as well. And I need to call out Colonel Derek Kuntz as well. Derek, I tell you what, he has been a rock star in being a part of our presentations. When it's one of his soldiers that's a part of under his command, he has been here for ESGR. And Derek, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this today and taking the time out of your schedule to be here as well today. And the other thing I want to say to your whole organization at CHI St. Alexis, you know, I don't think any of us take for granted with all that's going on with this pandemic. And I know we're getting tired of saying that P word and we all want this to go away. But, you know, thanks for what you're doing. We know the stress and the impact that all this is having on healthcare providers. But I just want to say from me personally and from all of us in our state committee, thank you for what you're doing, the care that you provide. And Kevin, that was, you know, Kevin speaks from the heart with his mom being in your under the care of your organization right now. I tell you what, I can't think of anything more fitting than being able to recognize one of our state health organizations to do and the impact that you're having on our lives. So very proud to be here today and to say thank you again to Leanna, Melissa. Thank you to Cole for the nomination. But Kevin, thanks for doing a great job in the presentation there today. And with that, I see Shirley in the background too, one of our volunteers in Bismarck, retired Guard member. Thanks, Shirley, for being there. And thanks, Norm and Audrey, for being here today as well. That just makes it very, very special. You can be very proud. So with that, Kevin, I'm going to turn it back to you to wrap it up. And unless, Jeanette, you have any other housekeeping for us, take some good pictures. And I can't, you know, from where I'm sitting, how many of employees are there from CHI St. Alexis today? Well, we got a room full, it looks like.
About 13.
Okay, awesome. Thank you all for being there today. So Kevin, turn it back to you, sir.
Well, thanks everybody so much. That's what I had. We want to probably get some pictures real quick and that concludes.
And we also, I will just say, we've got cookies here made by our cafeteria, so please don't leave without a cookie.
And we're not sharing with you guys.
Sorry, you guys.
Well, Kevin, you can eat mine for me.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, thank everybody so much.